Hello, GenderqueerChat viewers. Welcome to Fridays with Christina. That's me. I'm going to try to do this without a script today, so hopefully I can do this in one take. I'm Christina. I'm 21 years old. Do a little intro. Of course, it's intro week. I was born and raised in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm born female. And of course, genderqueer. I guess I should tell you, since this genderqueer chat, how I came to this identity and my, basically how I feel about my gender identity. I am currently still preferring my birth name, Christina, and I currently still prefer female pronouns. Whether that'll ever change, time will tell. I don't know, but for now, that's what I'm comfortable with. It's just what I'm used to, and sake of comfort, and you know, it's just easier that way. And I don't really feel like anything else really suits me quite as well. So, but with the same token, of course, I'm not, identifying 100% as female. So, let's see. I've always been sort of a gender non-conforming person. Of course, if you want, you can look at my channel and see my I'm genderqueer / genderfluid / androgynous video, and that gives a little bit of a detail of my bringing up and my experiences with gender throughout my childhood. I've never liked dresses. I wore a dress once when I was 4. That's not really relevant to gender necessarily. Clothing, right? Doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's see. I can say that okay. I'll just restate a little bit from my video. Basically, I was born female, right? Labeled as designated as female. And I had female genitalia. So I was like, okay, I'm a girl. It's fine. And I had no issues with it. I grew up, I loved the Spice Girls. I was like, girl power, yes, awesome. And then, so that was great. Like, I actually really heavily identified as female. But it wasn't like I identified with femininity. I was like, I don't know, it was like, I guess, see, I grew up with, like, the power. I grew up in, the early to mid-90s to the late 90s, etc. Power Rangers, Spice Girls, this whole, like, anyway, this whole, like, powerful sort of persona. And then, like, I grew up pretending to be a superhero. That was a huge thing. And, because I'm an only child. So I had, like, imaginary friends galore growing up. So I'm kind of getting into a rant, but that's okay. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I don't know, it was kind of like, okay, so the way that I see my gender, this is the analogy that I've been giving a few people now. If female is, or if girls, or whatever, are pink, and boys are blue, then I'm, like, red. Like, the sort of the masculine side of female, or something like that. Now, see, here's the thing. When I hit puberty, I was really uncomfortable with it. And there were things that, I don't know, like, I don't think I quite realized everything that was going to happen throughout puberty until it did. Like, my hips widening, that was not a thing. Like, okay, growing up, it's like, you look at women, and it's like, one of the simplest things you can think of. Women have breasts compared to men, so I was like, okay, I can sort of deal with that. And, that's basically it. And then growing up, eventually I found out about my period, and I'm like, okay, I can sort of deal with that. But, I don't know, like, there's little things that happen, like, supposedly, in grade 5 I learned about puberty, and this was my, like, sex ed class. And it was like, here's things that happen to men, here's things that happen to women. One of the things is that your stomach's supposed to come inward. What? What is the use of that? Anyways, the hips widening, okay, so yeah, helps bear children, like, okay, but I don't know, I always thought it made me, when it actually happened, it was like, I don't know, I thought it made walking a little bit awkward. So, I've never been really comfortable with that, and with my shape, I suppose. And as stated in my personal video, I was kind of jealous of the changes the guys got, like wider shoulders and more muscle and such. I thought, why couldn't I get this stuff? Kind of unfair. I mean, in general, I thought the changes guys got were more useful than the changes that girls got. And I was resistant to start wearing bras growing up. And then eventually people are like, you have to start wearing bras. So I'm like, okay, fine. So eventually I did, but it wasn't like, yay, I'm becoming a woman. It was not a happy sort of thing. Let's see. So I don't know. So I've considered taking testosterone in the past, but I've never quite gotten to that point mostly because there's one thing about, like, all the effects of testosterone I think I'd be okay with, pretty much. Although I might want to become pregnant one day, so I kind of don't want to lose that. So that's another thing. If that, I want to keep my options open as much as possible. The main thing that I don't want to lose is the androgynous voice that I've been blessed with. My dad's like a bass, so if you know, like, soprano, alto, bass, or soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and then there's like subcategories like mezzo-soprano and baritone, anyway, in choir and such. So I'm a tenor, and I'm pretty happy that I have such a androgynous, fairly low voice for a designated female at birth person. That's another thing. I don't know if you people can tell me, other genderqueer chat people, or anybody else out there, what's like the politically correct way to say it? Is it like designated female at birth, or is it like coercively assigned female at birth? But they're saying, like, this is a whole other topic for a whole other week, but just throwing this in there, that because they say, like, coercively assigned at birth, you're only, like, some people are saying that only intersex people should be able to use that language, so I don't know. And I wasn't born intersex, even though I have a super low voice. No, I don't think I was born intersex, as far as I know. Nobody has told me differently yet, so. And holy crap, I've gone 8 minutes already. That's not good. Okay. Moving along. Faster. Okay, because I could rant about myself for hours. No, not hours, but a while. I have to be faster. Okay, think. What else can I say about myself? I like singing. I'm a drag king. You should go check out my videos. Although I'm not, like, the best singer. I know that. I'm not, like, planning to go professional or anything, but people say that I can sing, so I'll do it, I enjoy it. I love music, so it's great. I love nature. I have to get out and walk more, for sure. Not only in order to improve my fitness, but to get back into nature. That's something I have neglected a little bit, because anyway, long story. So, I've always said that my two biggest passions are, like, nature and music, so. Oh, and concerning my chest, I have somewhat dysphoria about my chest, but I feel like I ideally, I want it smaller, but not totally gone, because I think I'd be depressed if it was totally gone. But I don't like it the size that it is right now. It's kind of, I don't want to say novelty sized, because that's a little bit overboard, but it's, you know, it makes physical activity a little bit, and thank God you can't see it. That's why I cut off the camera right there. So, yeah, no, I've actually, seriously started to consider possibly breast reduction, maybe. Yeah, because there's, you know, it's kind of annoying. So, I don't have lower dysphoria. As I mentioned in my audition video, I feel like, again, primary sexual characteristics, lower dysphoria is, there's nothing. But the secondary things I'm not super comfortable with. So, yeah. I'd like to have more muscle mass. Of course, really, I should work out to have that up. I wouldn't mind a little bit more body hair, but, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I didn't think I would have to edit this, but I do. Okay. Let's see. The topic for this week, athletes getting hormone treatment. Okay, so I don't like this one bit, because I don't think anybody should be forced to take hormones. That's going to change their, you know, gender makeup, and I don't know, like, it can cause, I don't know, I don't think it's a good thing. I think, okay, so I looked at the article, and I read a little bit through the comments. Usually reading through comments, there's not always the best thing, because people don't always write the nicest things, but I liked one idea that I read in the comments, was that instead of organizing the Olympics by gender, male or female, that you should organize it by weight or muscle ability or whatever. Like in wrestling or boxing or whatever, they have like lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, etc. And yeah, I think that'd be actually probably a cool idea to do that instead. The other thing that I really don't like is the fact that it seems like men don't get this treatment in the slightest. That if you are... see, the thing is, I think, is that if someone has an absurd advantage, well, let's take out the word absurd. If somebody has an advantage, if it seems like someone has an advantage, then they want to correct that. But if somebody has a disadvantage, I don't think anything is done about that, unless, yeah, I don't, I don't think they really care. Like, what if there's somebody out there, a female who wants to compete who has low testosterone? Are they gonna, like, I don't think they would have, I don't think they would do anything about that, which is kind of a little bit unfair. I think, if you want to talk about being unfair, I think that's a little bit unfair. So, it's kind of a crazy double standard that I think they have. And, I mean, they don't allow, of course, like, steroids for men, but, you know, that's, like, unnatural anyways, so. That's another thing. What if, like, some guy has abnormally high testosterone? Would they do anything for that? I don't know. Seems like they're just targeting women with high testosterone. It seems that way. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on the topic. If they continue doing this, I don't know. I'm not sure if, like, you want to make it fair, but at the same time, you know, then why don't you help out the people who have disadvantages, and so on and so forth, so. And also, thank you very much, fellow GenderqueerChat members, for letting me onto the channel. I'm very thankful and I'm happy to be here. Anyway, I'll stop ranting for now. So, hope you enjoyed my video, and see you next week.